What's up, guys? It's your boy Book here. We're about to go over the Season 7 patch notes. Got a new legend, Horizon. I love the trailers that they've been putting out. She looks really cool. Passive spacewalk, increased air control, fall impacts with her custom suit. Gravity lift, the stuff they've been teasing in game. Looks pretty good, beneficial for your team. And then the black hole. This will be interesting to see how this works and if you can really get out of it and how much grenades are going to be overpowered with it. So we'll see. New map Olympus. Of course, they've been teasing this for a while. They've got a lot of cool points of interest around here. And this will be really cool too, the phase runner. Just to be able to go in and then move on to the whole other part of the map. New vehicle, the Trident. Yeah, this looks pretty cool, not going to lie. So, you know, in other Battle Royale games that have vehicles, they all have like a certain amount of health. So, say you pick it up late in the game, it's already got less than half health, and you're questionable whether to get in it or not. It's not going to be a problem with this because the Tridents split the damage. And it's just going to be, like, say I shoot 50 damage right here, it's going to be split in between all of them. And they're all going to take equal damage. So the car is never really going to get blown up. So that's kind of a new take on vehicles, which I do like. I think it's pretty cool. Disembark to park it anywhere and use it as makeshift cover for late in the game. That's definitely cool. I like that. I would do that in other battle royales. Limited time mode Olympus preview. I think this is really cool. I've never seen this in a different battle royale, but basically allows you to roam the map to learn new loot areas, the drops, and practice your routes. I think it'll be really cool to spend a solid, whatever it is, half an hour just looking around the map, just kind of enjoying the sights to see. New clubs. I will be making a club, a Nader squad member club, but it's limited to 30 is what they say. You could even see it here in the image. But so that's going to be limited to channel members. So that's just another perk to join the channel. Steam. In my opinion, there's no real reason to switch to Steam if you're already having like a good Origin connection and you don't have really real problems with it. I would just stick with it. Battle Pass. Honestly, this is one of the coolest looking ones. I really like this Octane skin. This Wraith skin's cool and all, but I like his visor and how futuristic and how much it fits into the new Olympus. The stars, you get 10 stars to go up Battle Pass level instead of a certain amount of points now. Simplified it. I think that's good. This is one thing I'm surprised they didn't have in before. Quality of life updates, but when replacing an attachment with one from the ground, if the old attachment is an improvement for your other weapon, the old attachment will get automatically transferred. And this is, I thought, something I thought it should have been in a long time ago. But basically, if you have a level 1 stabilizer on your secondary, a level 2 stabilizer on your primary, and you see a level 3 on the ground, and you have your gun that has level 2 equipped, you swap that one out, it'll automatically put that level 2 on the gun that had the level 1 and drop the level 1 instead of the 2. So that's pretty nice. Replicator updates. This is kind of interesting because they took out guns, but I saw they replaced them with shield batteries. So that's going to be interesting. More of a reason to actually craft at that point. Batteries are very important. Going to change the beam of light between normal airdrops, lifeline airdrops, replicator airdrops. Yeah, they're just slightly different colors now. You can read it if you want. But yeah, everything's pretty much the same with them, just different colors. The light doesn't stay, or the beam of light at the top doesn't go away until you open the care package, so that's kind of cool too. You get an Arc Star grenade model instead of the grenade. They'll tell you when you're using a Phoenix kit. Be like, I dropped a hollow spray. That's going to be kind of troll. I like it though. You can now ping ammo in your inventory to request more from your squad. That's a really low quality of life. That's just basically pinging from down here where your ammo would be now instead of just pinging the gun for, you need light ammo or whatever. Let's see. Yep. Regular map is going to be, or they're vaulting King's Canyon for now, and then it'll be Olympus and World's Edge after the 2 weeks of only Olympus playing. I think that's good. Get us really used to it. Legend meta is what I was really interested in, what they were going to change. Bangalore with the slight buff from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. Reduce the time it takes for the explosion. Pretty nice. Caustic. They're actually buffing his damage, which is kind of crazy, you know. Caustic does a good amount of damage already, but Legends no longer get a blurred vision effect while in the gas. So that's going to be huge. I think just not being able to see the damn Caustic and you being thermal, lit up like a thermal sight is, or I should say, a digital threat sight. Yeah, it was frustrating for sure, and they talk about it in this paragraph here. But I'd rather take more damage from a Caustic trap or an ult and be able to see and try and fight back. So I like this change. Mirage decoys now have 45 health. This is going to be real interesting. But so basically you're going to be able to tell though after that first hit. Say you have like a R99, hit him for like 12 or whatever. You'll be able to see because they like the decoys kind of flicker is what they talk about in this paragraph here. But the bullets don't stop, or they go straight through the decoys, so you can shoot through the decoy and hit the Mirage, the real Mirage. Octane doubled his healing rate. I think that's pretty cool. He kind of needed it. They say his 1v1 kind of encounter, his knockdown rate's good, but he's just not a team player. Watson, damage per touch to 10 to 15. Yeah, she could use it. She's good in, they go on to say here, she's good in higher skill matches, but not that picked in lower skilled matches. Let's see, Loba, Black Market. Ammo taken no longer counts towards Black Market's maximum. You can scoop up all the ammo in range. I think they might change that because, especially with how quick she gets her ult, people can just like really kind of spam it. I feel like it'll be annoying in ranked. So let's say you get around to a certain area and you just keep spamming all that loot. You could kind of pick up all the ammo and just leave them there on the ground. You pick them up in your backpack and then drop them all if you have to, and that kind of depletes the area of ammo for anyone else trying to get ammo going into your area. So it's gonna be really interesting. I'm gonna see how they do that. If she gets nerfed or if she gets capped at like 200 ammo and it doesn't take a inventory slot, that would be cool. Rampart, very slight buff. Very slight buff. In my opinion, she's still worthless unless you're setting up with her and waiting all game for people to run on by. Pathfinder, this is real interesting, of course, because I'm a Pathfinder main. They said they made his hitbox slightly bigger and easier to hit. So I thought that was really interesting. They say he's super tall but super skinny, so they wanted to try and make his hitbox bigger to get hit more easily. Slightly weird in my opinion, since he still has low profile, and they're not taking that out, they said. They give I do like these dev notes though. They give reasoning why they do it. And they say his win rate and encounter rate is just too high. Like he's just too good of a character in their opinion still to be removing. All right, let's see. Grappling hook. So basically they buffed it. Now instead of resetting at 35 seconds, it resets at 30. Then the distance traveled to get that max time is about doubled, they say. And then it was also increased to 500 units per second instead of 300. 300 is the sprinting speed. 500 is obviously above sprinting speed. And you can get it now when you're not on the ground. Say you're bunny hopping and chaining together good movement techniques. Yeah, I think it's... I don't think I'll really notice being hit that much more, because I already do get hit a lot as Pathfinder. I'm a very big boy. But I think it's good. I think that as long as they buffed the grappling hook, I was going to be satisfied, and it seems like they did. So that's nice. The weapon meta supply drop, R9 out of the supply drop. R9 is being replaced with the Prowler, as I'm sure a lot of you already know. But they're going to reduce it back to the damage it was doing before it was in the care package. But yeah, pretty interesting. Select Fire's out of the game now, but the Prowler will still have the ability to change between 5-round bursts and full auto. It's kind of cool. Fully kitted weapons, so we'll no longer have a gold Devo, Mastiff, Triple Take, Flatline, and Volt. will be replaced with the Wingman, Sentinel, Havoc, the G7 Scout, and the Alternator. I think that'll be fun. Gold Wingman, you'll see a lot. The gold G7 Scout, I think you'll see a lot too. People will really pick those up. The other ones are okay. If this Havoc has the 1 to 2 times scope on it, I don't think people are really going to be picking it up as much. Sentinel will have the 4 to 10, so that's kind of just like a, I don't know. It's kind of a troll gun in my opinion. It can be good. It can put out good damage. It's also really fun, but it's not my play style. Let's see the Alternator. I don't know if you'll see that as much. I think people will drop it for an R9 when they see it, but you know, with attachments, but that's my opinion. Hemlock, they basically nerfed it slightly, but they buffed the single fire recoil. So the single fire recoil is not going to have the single fire is not going to have as much recoil. Pretty interesting in my opinion. But this is also what I thought. The headshot multiplier was down by 5 damage. Let's see, what else did they say? A full headshot burst were too strong in high level play, and I 100% agree with that. Havoc, better recoil pattern is what they say. L-Star, better recoil pattern. While the venting time, which is like the time between bursts, has been reduced by more than double, or more than half, I should say. L-Star will now reduce heat faster, so it's basically just getting a buff all around. It's not doing any more damage, but the recoil and the time to take between each burst and each overheat has been reduced. So that's kind of nice. I feel the L-Star will be a little bit more powerful. Sentinel changes I felt were needed. Pure damage increase instead of the just shield, which was the disruptor. Like they go on to say in the dev notes, basically it was only a benefit if the opponent has over 70 shields, which is very true. It was really nice to use the Sentinel charged up and shoot like a purple for 100 or a red for 125. That was kind of nice, but I think this will be used more often. So 70 to 88, that's almost 20 more damage per shot. That's pretty effective in my opinion. Triple take, they say they nerfed it, but 1.3 to 1.2 is extremely small. I think you're not even going to really notice the fire rate difference. They say it's still performing a bit too well. So I think changing the fire rate by 0.1 was not the move. I think it'll still be really strong and powerful, but hey man, maybe it won't be. Maybe you guys will notice a difference. Hop-ups, quick draw holster hop-up. This is good in theory, but when you go on to read it, when equipped, the gun becomes quicker to raise and lower. Pistol is pretty easy to raise and lower, first of all, which is the RE and the Wingman. Takes less time to ADS. It's really quick to move the pistol already in the game to ADS. And then here's where it should come into play, has reduced hipfire spread, which is nice and all, but when you see this, particularly when not actively moving, when are you really hip firing and not moving? That's my guess. I don't think I ever see anybody ever just crouch or stand still and hip fire. So yeah, that's kind of questionable in my opinion. This should open up new opportunities to use these two weapons, especially in close quarters combat, I guess. But if you're in close quarters combat, you're probably going to want to be moving, which seems to be reducing the effectiveness of it. Evo armor, basically you have to do a little bit more damage each time. This is doubled for the first shield, then it's 25 and 50 and 250 more. So they want to see less red Evo armors in the game. But I mean, we do a good amount of damage usually when we're playing. So if you're an active player and you're pushing fights pretty frequently, I think you'll still level up to the red very often. Ring damage reduced. This is actually really interesting because, as they say here, particularly this change should allow players enough time to pop a syringe if they are picked up in ring 2. So basically, whenever ring 2 was moving and you died in the zone, you were dead. Without the gold bag or without lifeline to drop her drone as soon as you get up so it can attach and give you maybe 10 health before it dies to the zone. That was the only way to do it before. And now, basically, that's going to be round 3. So now it's only 3%, and the 5 is round 3, which it was 5 here before. So what I just said will apply. It'll basically be like ring 1 and ring 2 are basically the same, 2 and 3. And then once it gets to ring 3, it'll be 5%. So you will need the lifeline at that point or a gold bag to survive and get up in the zone. So yeah, these are all slightly down basically. Bug fixes audio. They say they improved the footsteps, kind of nice. Small what do you call these? Small bug fixes with all these legends. Nothing too interesting to read, to be honest. And that's it. So that is all for today. I just wanted to go over the patch notes for you guys in case you weren't able to read it. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. It only came out about 4 hours ago. I wanted to get this out for you guys in case you don't feel like reading it or would just prefer it in video form. Let me know if you guys like this style of videos, information. I can cover more. And I'm super excited for Season 7. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait. I think all the new changes and the new map is going to be super refreshing. I think the changes overall is going to be just really nice to play. And even if I don't agree or don't like some of the changes, without sounding repetitive and being a robot, man, I think I'll like it a lot, and I think you guys will too. So good luck out there, and until next time, it's been your boy Boog, and I'm out.